Okay, we're going to talk about Hinduism today, and I need to remind you to take notes on this religion. I don't care how you take it, just as long as you take it. We're going to be having an open note quiz. Let's talk about Hinduism. These are kind of funny drawings, I realize that. This person here has 4 arms, and this person has multiple heads. Well, these are different gods in Hindu. This is Vishnu and this is Shiva, and we'll talk about them later. But the thing you need to know about Hinduism is this is a diverse religion with many gods, goddesses, rituals, and beliefs. Hinduism is, well, first of all, it's very unique. You see, no one person started the religion. It's more of a collection of ideas than it is a singular type of religion. It is also very old. It's one of the oldest recorded religions in the world. Some of the earliest writings are 1700 BC. It's also very diverse. And as I said, it has many gods, goddesses, rituals, and belief. It's kind of a hodgepodge, a collection of different types of beliefs and thoughts and kind of goals for religion. Now let's talk about those different beliefs, okay? The Hindus believe in kind of a one figurehead person called Brahman. We could relate the idea of what Brahman is to the Hindu as what maybe God is to Christians. Brahman is the life force. He is the creator and destroyer of everything. Now, he comes in 3 different forms. He comes in Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. Okay? And Hindu really believe in karma and reincarnation. Similar to Buddhists, however, Hindu focus their entire religion kind of on these 2 things, karma and reincarnation. Remember, karma is if you do good, good will come to you. So the results or consequences of your actions will determine what happens. If you're good to people, people will be good to you. Good things will happen. If you're bad to people or you do bad things will happen to you. And reincarnation, remember, this is the life after death kind of thing. But it is after a person dies, they're reborn into a new life. It depends on how you treat others as to what you are reincarnated as. If you are, and we'll talk about this when we get to the caste system, but if you are a middle caste person and you do really good things, when you die, you could be reincarnated as someone who is above just the middle class, maybe the high class. Now, if you do really bad things and you're in the middle, you could come back in reincarnation as someone who is lower than what you once were. Okay? So karma and reincarnation are 2 main beliefs in Hinduism. So the central thought of Hinduism is that the soul wants to be freed or liberated from all the illusions, the disappointments, the mistakes of everyday existence, of everyday life. There's always things that go wrong. And the point of Hinduism is to free yourself, to liberate yourself from those bad things. Now, when you understand this, some questions will be raised. Some questions might be, what is the nature of reality? What actually is real? What is the reality? What is the soul? Is there something inside me that will live on? Is there eternal life? What happens when I die? What is morality? The morals of our culture, do we have to have those? And so when you raise these questions from understanding Hinduism, you'll turn to some of their writings, some of the books that have been written about Hinduism for Hindus. The first writing or book that we'll talk about is the Vedas. This is a book of prayer and instructions for how to perform the rituals of Hinduism. The other one is the Upanishads. And this book is actually just an answer to the questions that have been raised. It is a dialogue between a teacher and a student. And the point of reading and understanding the Upanishads is to help achieve the liberation. Now, the caste system. The caste system is a rigid social group. Remember, we talked about having a high class, a middle class, and a low class. That's kind of the American way of thinking about it. But the caste system in India and in Hinduism represents your fate, really. It's what you are allowed to do and what you are not allowed to do. The caste in which you were born decides your job and who you are supposed to marry. So not only does it decide what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life, but it also shows like who you are allowed to marry. And the important thing is you cannot mix caste hearts. And so when you are born, the job that you are determined to have is based upon what part of the caste system you're born into. And who you're married, you can't marry or have a job above or below you. And so it's very set in stone always. You can't kind of change the caste system. So let's take a look at this caste system. And it's represented in a triangle. And it's a very good representation of what the caste system is. Because at the top, the Brahmins, it's the smallest part of the entire triangle. And that's because it's the smallest part of the society. You see, these are the scholars, the teachers, and the priests. They're the educated few of the society. The next part, I'm not going to try to pronounce that word. It's the Kshatriyas, the Kshatriyas or something. They're the warriors and the soldiers, the ones who really protect the Brahmins. Below them are the Vaishyas. They're the merchants and the farmers, the ones that provide the goods and the services for everybody. And then the bottom of the triangle is the Shudras. They're the laborers and the servants, the ones who do the manual labor, the ones who build the stuff, the construction workers and the servants. Now, this is the main caste system. This is most everybody in society. However, there is a lower rank that isn't even really thought about as part of the caste system. And they're the untouchables. These are the people who are diseased or handicapped or are different. The ones nobody wants anything to do with. And so the way karma and reincarnation affects the caste system is that, let's just say that you're a Vaishya. You were born as a farmer and you die as a farmer. Well, within your life as a farmer, you do good things. Maybe you give, fruits and vegetables to other people for free. They don't have to pay. And you do a lot of good deeds, maybe similar to that. Well, the gods of Hinduism recognize that. And so they kind of promote you into the Kshatriyas caste. And so when you are reincarnated, after you die as a farmer, you're reincarnated and you come back as a higher person in the caste system. But that also goes in the reverse. Let's say you're the Vaishya and you're a farmer and you're stingy with maybe your fruits and vegetables and you don't help people out. And so the gods of Hinduism recognize that and they lower you in your caste system when you're reincarnated. So maybe you're a Vaishya now. When you come back as a new reborn person, maybe you're in the Shudras. If you don't do well there, then you're as untouchable. And so it kind of moves back and forth through reincarnation and the idea of karma. Now, as Hinduism is a kind of a spiritual religion, you can kind of see how this triangle can relate to a body. The Brahmins is the most important part, and we recognize our head as the most important part. So they would be that the warriors are the arms because they're the muscle of the body. The merchants and the farmers are the legs. They're the ones who get you to where you need to go. They're the power. They're the ones that can last a long time. And then the Shudras would be represented as the feet in this example, because they're the ones who the Shudras are the ones who do a lot of the traveling, and they're the ones who do a lot of the dirty work. So that's Hinduism. A brief example of Hinduism. Sorry for all the noise. I was doing this video in the middle of a class, and so the bell rang and they left, and the hall got really loud as well. Remember to take your notes on this. I don't care how you do your notes, but make sure you take them, and we'll have an open note quiz on Hinduism and Buddhism. We'll see you later.